What's good people, it's Little bbrights and I am back for a brand new video. Today we're going to be working on part 6 of the big room PsyTrance tutorial. It's been a while since I last did one. Last episode we started working on the break here. We added a simple reverb piano and a pad. So this episode we're going to be working on the break, building it up, layering it up, structuring it out, getting it better. But before we get started, I just want to play what we have so far, just to refresh everyone's memory. And then we'll get straight into working on the break and the tutorial. So this is what we've got so far. The sips are messing up, so let me fix them. There we go. So this is what we've got so far. And then this is going to be the big climax section. Straight away I want to change the chords and add a few more ambient stuff, start layering it up. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So what I wanted to do before we move on to the break is just add some small little details to the drop, just to make it a little more filled up. So the first thing I wanted to add is just a long sweep down, because obviously we have a crowd effect here and a regular 4-bar sweep. But I just want to add an extra 16-bar sweep that covers the whole drop. And the one I'm going to be using is in the Kashmir Volume 3 VIP Friends, and it's in the 7 Skies. And it's called Long Rich Noise, I believe. And as you can see, it's very long. I'm just going to chop off this part here, turn up the out knob just to shorten it, like that, and then turn it down accordingly. There we go. Next I wanted to just add a bit more sub to the sub kick here. So obviously I'm pretty sure we're working in D sharp, if I remember rightly. Yeah. So what I wanted to do is just add a FabFilter Pro Q3. And what we do is, you see in the bottom here you have a piano roll. So you can either double click D1 and it gives you the note which is 38 Hz, or you can go up here to D sharp 2. So we could delete this one here and double click D sharp 2. This is 77 Hz. So if we just listen to these frequencies, that's the more meaty one compared to D sharp 1. But we'll probably just end up boosting both of them just because it's the root note of the sub. So for D sharp 1 we'll boost it 2 dB, turn up the curve so it's more sharp, more like a bell curve. It's not very audible, but it'll just give it a bit more punch. And then this one will also do 2 dB as well, and we'll do the same thing, but this one will be a lot more audible just because it's in the higher frequency range. We'll probably do the D sharp 1, 3 decibels, and as you just see, my laptop needs charging, so I'm going to make a quick edit because I need to plug it in, so I'll be back in a second. And I am back. Apologies for that. I should have plugged it in beforehand, but I completely forgot. So yeah, like we just did there, we just boosted the low end, just to give it a bit more punch. I need to install RBass again, but I haven't installed the Wave Central thing, so I haven't got RBass at the moment. I need to install that. But yeah, and then we have the regular Psy bass. a slight difference. If you're listening to on a decent pair of speakers or headphones, you'll hear a slight difference in sub. Next, I just wanted to add the drop hoover in the build-up, just because usually if I was making an intro, the second half I'll probably have the hoover just to build energy in the intro, and then it'll continue on through the build-up. So what I'm going to do here, as it's already on stretch, it's going to create an automation clip for the pitch, right like that, and then yeah, like before, we're just going to pitch it up for the last 4 bars. But it's obviously going to reach the maximum pitch on the third because there's not going to be anything playing here. Also, what I'm going to do is get rid of this bit here because we don't want it to pitch again, and we're going to chop and copy this part over like that. Perfect. And then again, carries on in this second half of the drop. So that's pretty much that for the drop. Nothing too major. Now we get to move on to the break. So what I wanted to do first is just change the chords of the pad. I'm not sure, I'm just not feeling them now. I've come back and listened to it from the previous tutorial. So what I was thinking, instead of going back down to the C sharp, it'll go down to the G sharp like this. And then this will go to the B. And then it'll go down to the B flat, and then it'll go back to the root note of D sharp. And then we'll extend it out an extra 2 beats for the bar, and then it'll go down to the C sharp for the last 2 beats of the bar, of the last bar here, and it'll go back down here. But I think we'll keep this top melody just because I like it. But we're going to see what it sounds like when the F hits the G sharp chord, as there's a B in it, and I'm not sure how well it will sound to this. Let's find it out now. So let's transpose this down to the D and see what it sounds like. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. So let's just transpose this back up to the B like that. Change this to the D sharp. And then this goes back up to the D sharp. Like that. And then what I was thinking of doing is doing the same thing again, but I'm not sure if I want to go back down to the C sharp or I should just keep this sustained, because it's going to lead into the 2-bar climax here where we have a reverse synth, and then it goes into a big breakdown. Also going to have that W and W LFO thing that slowly speeds up with the LFO. So let's just see what it sounds like with the piano now. Yeah, so I like how that sounds. As you see, I'm just writing some few things now so I don't forget. I want to add a Reese bass, another pad, and I'm feeling to add an ARP, like a nice synthesized ARP that slowly opens up with cutoff. I'm also adding some strings, and let's put an ARP there, just so they're the 4 things I want to add. I'm also thinking of adding some sort of ambience. I might, if you saw my previous tutorial that I did a couple of days ago about ambience and atmosphere, I think I might do that now with the guitar here. So if I just add guitar, Atmos, unless we can go into Progressive House Pack, see what This could work. Just need to figure out the key of it. See if we can find it. That didn't really help. Let's try G tune. C. Perfect. So what we could do is just pitch it up 3 semitones to D sharp. If we stop that. So if we do the pitch range to 3, this might be too high. So what I might do is pitch it down 9, I believe. So that's to the D sharp. Yeah. And now cover the Atmos, so we don't even need to make our own. So let's see how this sounds, see if we can get past for making our own. There's a very long reverb, so we might have to tame that down a little bit like that. Let's see what it sounds like. That's actually really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the mixer track. If we can find the break part. Is it here? And I want to add a stereo enhancer and put a subtle preset. I'm going to use the for strings preset for the actual strings that we're going to add. And what I might do is take that out a little bit here. Yeah, what next I might just add some just add the Reese bass in next. Put it there. Just going to draw in all the patterns so it gets out of the way. Unless we add the pad first. The pad I was thinking this time, I'm not sure why, because I do get a really nostalgic vibe from this, is the Airwave Trance Saw 1 from Nexus. Anyone remembers that? It's can't remember which song it is. A very old school classic trance song. And it goes up and up. So this is a really nice preset. You can also just turn on the master filter here in the bottom left, and play around with a cutoff there. So we're going to do that. What I might do is just copy this MIDI here, paste it onto the pad 2, which we'll rename pad 2, make it the blue color. Big reverb. We'll need to add it to the mixer as well so we can cut some of that muddy frequency off. Let's put it right here. Create a low cut, simple low cut, not too much. I'm also thinking of doing it as it's just pretty much plain here. We need something to cover that, so I might see if we can have like a Reese bass slowly gradually getting louder and louder with volume automation. See what that sounds like. So if we I'm thinking of using the one from my Deep House pack, volume 2. 3 reshots. So this one right here, number 3. If you're interested, there's a link to my store in the description to buy Deep House Volume 2. If you're into making Deep House, of course, or unless you just want specific sounds. So yeah, let's just add this in. Right there. And it's already key labeled, so it's in the key of C, so I know this. All we need to do is just change the crossfade so it plays any note. And we need to make sure. Is it like this? I'm not sure. Let's find out. Oh, I think it's because we dragged it onto an audio clip. We need to drag it into its own clip. There you go. We need to turn up the hold on the envelope and turn all the attack, decay, sustain, release down. Turn up the crossfade. And we can play all the notes at any length, fully sustained, all that. So that's very helpful. So what we're going to do is copy these bass notes here from the chords. Hold Control, click, drag, Control C to copy. Go over to the respace pattern, open the respace piano roll, Control V. So that I think this G sharp, that needs to go up to the A5 instead of the A4, A sharp. Let's see what this sounds like layered with this first. As you can see, it's very like Reed's basses seem to phase from left to right ear speaker, so we want to make it a bit more merged, so it's a bit more centered, so it's not as unpredictable from the left to right. And the strings I'm going to be using is what I used in my previous tutorial. I got a couple questions on what the strings are, and it's literally the factory preset in FL Studio. You just go to Instruments, Orchestral, and it's literally just string section. Nothing too special. They just sounded pretty decent, to be fair. Yes, again, let's copy the MIDI information here to the string section. We don't really need any low end here because we have it in the pads and the rees. So what we're going to do here is use this stereo enhancer and use the for strings preset. Put some nice on to the sides. And what we're going to do here is going to make a cut-off automation for this pad here. So it's going to start actually lower than it already is. And then it's slowly going to build up. Obviously increase in dynamics, tension. I think for the first 8 bars, it should stay as it is. Maybe increase, what's it on at the moment? 26%, maybe increase it by like 5 or so percent. So it slowly builds up. Yeah, and then this will gradually get louder and louder. So I reckon about 70%. Yeah, perfect. What I like to do recently is to clean up my organization stuff. I'll just layer the automation clips over the actual pattern that is automating. It's just easier. And if you want to just get them, you can just click an automation clip like that, and it will show above it. Either or just drag the pattern down. Whatever works for you. But yeah, we're going to work on a bit of automation here. So this seems to be pretty open already. So maybe we can turn this down as well. Yeah, so what we might add now is an ARP, slowly building up. So we won't have it for the first 8 bars, we might have it here, where it just follows the chords, but it's just arpeggiating. So we'll create a pan here. We'll probably just use the same bank we used before, the Silent One Trance bank. So we just load in a Silent One for this audio clip here. PsyTrance Euphoria, it was called. That was loud. Let's see what the plugs are like first, if there's any plugs. Are there any plugs? No. So I guess we just have to use leads and then use the cutoff. This could work. It's pretty loud. Just turn it down in the main volume here. We'll name this Pluck Up for now. Same blue color. We're also going to bring this up here. Hold the left shift and highlight over the thing and then scroll. And you can bring your sounds up just to be a little more organized. You want to cut all this frequency here. Very annoying. So this may take a while, so I probably will do a time lapse just to speed it up. There probably is a shortcut key to actually make it arpeggiated, but I'm not actually familiar with the shortcut key, or even if there is one. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy that. We don't need this half here. We can delete that, and we can move this to the start. So yeah, I'm just going to do a time lapse quick of me making the arpeggiator, and I'll be back once it's done. So I'll speak to you in a second. And I am back. So it actually took a lot quicker than I expected, and it's actually sounding really good. I'm actually very surprised. So this is actually what the arpeggiator sounds like. So as you can see, I actually extended it for the full 16 bars because I actually wanted to give more effect, like slowly open up the cutoff, and it seemed like it was rushed with just 8 bars. So I did actually extend it for the 16, but this is what it sounds like so far. Yeah, and it goes on and on and on. So what we're going to do, it actually sounds very good with this, so let's just play it with everything else so far, and then we're going to work on some cutoff automation for some more sounds. Yeah, it's actually sounding very good. I'm very happy with it so far. So yeah, we're gonna do quite some exaggeration automation clip. We're gonna make in a lot of points. So for the first 4 bars, it's gonna reach this point here. So it's gonna start even lower like this. Almost non-existent. We don't want it coming in right away. We need to slowly build up. I think we'll extend it until then. Delete this one, and then this one comes up a little more, like this. And it slowly goes up even more. What's this, on 21%? So yeah, we'll go up to about 25, 26. And then I think we'll just go up with like a solid 10 to 15%. So let's try 40%. Yeah, that's sounding good. So what I wanted to do as well is do some automation for the first pad. And this is going to be some basic automation, just no multiple points like this. It's literally just going to go from point A to point B and slowly filter up. That's simple enough. We'll make some changes if needed. Let's see. I was thinking of adding some orchestral drums as well, just to give it a bit more orchestral vibe. But I just wanted to see what it sounds like so far. I still need to add some sort of sound here just to fill it up. I might do an automation for the Reese bass. I'm not sure which note to do there. Probably will be the D sharp. So let's see what that sounds like if we just played it out like this. Let's see. I was thinking of maybe doing like a pitch bend one where it slowly pitches up from like a D sharp to a B. Then it would just flow nicely. So if we make let's use this Guitar Atmos pattern, so I don't need it anymore. And let's name this Reese Transition. Make a little pattern here. And as it's a one shot, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to use the FL Studio glide feature. So we can use that. So it should glide to the B4, I believe. Obviously it's going to be a lot longer than that. It's going to be 4 bars, not 1 bar. Obviously we need to do some automation here because the low end's going to clash with the impact and stuff like that. So that's pretty. Maybe we could like do this a higher one. Let's see how that works. Just need to do an automation here. Add an EQ on it. Low cut. Like that. And it will just copy that. So we can just paste that like that. I'm not sure why it's stopping there. That's quite frustrating. I might have to bounce it out into audio. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Let's play it solo again, see if it does it. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing that. Maybe we should just make it 2 bars like that, rather than 4. And then just drag the pattern here. And make this 2 bars as well. Like that. There we go. Now we just need to change this because otherwise we can actually. Add a stadium clap on the second half, just on the 2 and 4, just to get a bit of rhythm going. If you're playing at a festival, you can like get the crowd clapping and stuff like that. So we'll go here. Control B to paste it, and then just make sure you turn it down because it's going to be very loud. And then what we're going to do is add that stomp again, right here, to help with the transition. And then cut it off here because we don't need it. So make it a transient declicking mode, so it fades off like this, so it's not just an instant straight off cut. So usually that can cause some like weird pops in the low end, and it's just very frustrating. So see what that sounds like now. And then yeah, we'll do a volume automation where we have a reverse synth. Shuts off and then a big old climax. So yeah, it's actually sounding good so far. So let's see what we've got overall so far. Without my mouse going crazy. Taking me to track 290. Here we go. And again, the synths are messing up. Perfect. Sounding actually really good. I'm quite proud of it. There's a couple of things I want to do again for the drop. Only 1 or 2 things. The main thing is just to create a automation clip for the volume here for the reverb. So when there's a space here, obviously I want it to be, the reverb to be a lot more louder just to fill in the gap. So what we're going to do is just going to create an automation clip here. And when the drop synths are not playing, it's going to turn up. So if are they soloed? Yeah, they are. So right here, it's going to be a normal, and then it's going to shoot up. Like that. And then it's going to come back down when the synths come back in. Just to create some more like dynamic effect. And then we can put a point there, and we just loop that for the other 8 bars. Perfect. So let's see what it sounds like now. Nice. I think the last thing we'll actually do for this episode is just to add some simple orchestral drums in the break, just to give it a bit more rhythm with a clap. And then in the next episode we'll work on the small little 2-bar transition, and then work on the big old climax with the big synths and super saws and top leads and all that spicy stuff. So yeah, I guess we'll use the classic Kashmir sounds of Kashmir 2 and 3. Probably the best packs for orchestral drums, straight out the pack for EDM. You can obviously use any orchestral drums you want, but this is the most accessible, if you will. So yeah, let's just go orchestral drums, and we want main hits. These 3 should do. Doesn't matter really what you use, all down to preference and taste. Sounds good so far. You need to turn them down, of course, they're very loud. Make them the classic drum green color, add them to the mixer just to turn them down. We'll add the other one, this one here, to the same mixer track, which is number 26. Let's just drag that there now, like that. Perfect. So yeah, I guess we'll leave it there for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button. Helps the channel grow, makes me happy. It actually was a really good part, so I can't wait for part 7 to work on the climax. I have a new template coming out on Friday, and then I'm doing another live stream on Monday for listening to people's demos. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll speak to you soon.